Okay, let me explain. Have you ever looked back at a whole month and felt like it disappeared in a blink? It's not just our imagination, it's called time distortion. Time distortion is our brain's way of interpreting how fast or slow time feels, not how fast it actually moves. Okay, let me share a cool study that shows how emotions affect our sense of time. How time flies, a study of novice skydivers. Researchers studied first-time skydivers to see how they experience time. They wanted to understand how emotions like fear and excitement can change the way we feel time during intense moments. Before the jump, they measured how scared and how excited the skydivers were. Then after they landed, the researchers asked a simple question. How long do you think your skydive lasted? Here's where it gets interesting. The people who felt more fear said the skydive felt longer. The people who felt more excitement said it felt like it went by faster. So what does that tell us? Fear seems to slow time down, while excitement makes it feel like it's speeding up. But it's not just excitement that makes time feel like it's flying. There are other reasons too, like doing the same things every day, constant distraction from phones and social media, and the fast-paced lifestyle we live in. And to take it further, let me share one more interesting study. Age effect in the perception of time. Researchers surveyed nearly 500 people aged 14 to 94 to understand how our sense of time changes as we grow older. They discovered that many people feel time accelerates with age, both in the moment and when reflecting on the past. One reason time feels faster as we get older because we stop having as many new experiences. Our daily routines become more predictable and our brains form fewer unique memories, making time seem to pass more quickly. Add novelty to your life. That just means experience more things daily. Maybe you could try walking on your hands instead of your legs, and you'll be hospitalized, you'll remember it till your last breath, and isn't it a great new experience? Just joking. But imagine if you did, your brain would definitely pay attention, because that's what novelty does. It wakes you up. When we experience something new, our brain pays more attention. That attention, that presence is what creates detailed memories. And the more memorable a day is, the slower it feels in hindsight. That's why our childhood felt longer. Everything was new. But now, we wake up, go to work, scroll and sleep, and just repeat the things. To slow down time, we don't have to do something crazy. We just need to do familiar things in unfamiliar ways. Let's talk about walking. Walking is my personal favorite and I do it all the time. It's also part of our routine already. Let's say you walk every day to the office, to college, around your neighborhood. Same street, same views, same thoughts. Your brain knows the way so well. It barely needs you anymore. And that's why those walks feel like they just disappear. Now imagine taking a slightly different road, even just one street over, or walking through a park instead of the main road, or going at a different time, like during sunset instead of midday. Even better, leave your phone in your pocket. Just look around. Notice the trees, the building, the people. Let your brain see the world again. You can also use that walk to think about something new. Not your to-do list, but something deeper. A memory, a question, a goal. Or maybe walk with someone and have a real conversation. Not small talk, but something that matters to you. That same walk, which usually flies by, suddenly has depth. Suddenly it leaves a mark. Now let's talk about something a bit more personal. Editing. Since I'm a video editor, this is a big part of my everyday life. And one thing I've realized is when I try something new, even something small, it changes the whole experience. Maybe it's learning a new transition, or cutting a story in slightly different way, or choosing music I wouldn't normally use. Sometimes I switch up the software just to see how it feels, how it goes. Premiere, After Effects, CapCut, each one has its own rhythm. These little changes might not seem like much, but they make the process feel alive again. Suddenly, I'm not just going through the motions. I'm experimenting, I'm learning, and most importantly, I'm paying attention. That attention is what slows time down, because when you are fully present, even regular editing session can feel like something new, something you will actually remember. So whether it's changing the way we work or the way I edit, the idea is the same. Bring something new into the familiar. It works up our mind, and suddenly time doesn't feel like it's slipping away. Novelty isn't the only way to slow things down. Sometimes, instead of changing what we do, we just need to take a moment to notice it. And that's where journaling comes in. So, what does writing in a notebook have to do with slowing down time? A lot actually, because journaling helps us to pay attention to life. And when we pay attention, our brain holds on to moment instead of letting them blur into the background. Think about it. How many days have you lived that you barely remember? Not because they weren't important, but because we didn't stop to notice them. We were busy, distracted, and rushing. And when our brain doesn't see anything worth holding on to, it just lets the day go. But when we journal, even for 5 minutes, we force our mind to pause, to ask, what happened today? What did I feel? What did I learn? And there's actual research behind this. A study published in Psychological Science found that people who wrote about their daily experience, even briefly, were more likely to remember these days weeks later. It's like the brain says, got it, this matters, and locks it in. So journaling doesn't just slow time in the moment, it helps us keep the moment. It doesn't have to be deep or poetic. We are not writing a novel, we're just creating little bookmarks for our lives. And over time, those bookmarks add up. They make our days feel fuller, more vivid, more real. Sometimes I write about something that frustrates me. Sometimes it's a random thought I had on a walk. Sometimes it's just a sentence like, I felt present today. That's enough, because even that one sentence can anchor the day in our memory. So if you want time to stop flying by, don't just leave it, write it down.
Anything mentionable is manageable.
Does time really move faster these days? Maybe not on the clock, but in our minds, definitely. And it's not just because we're older or busier, it's because our lives are full of repetition, distraction, and rush. When every day feels the same, our brain stops noticing. And when we stop noticing, time slips through our fingers, like sand, like smoke. But here's the thing, we don't need a big change or to move to the mountain to slow life down. We just need to do a few things with a little more intention. We can change the way we work every day, try something new, even if it's small, see the world with fresh eyes, and our brain will pay attention again. And when it does, time stretches. Then sit down with a pen, jot down a thought, a moment, a feeling, even the ordinary things, because one day those might be the most precious. Journaling is our way of saying to the day, I saw you, you happened, you matter. Life isn't getting faster, we're just not slowing down enough to feel it. So maybe it's time we stop chasing the day and start meeting it, one step, one page, one moment at a time.